Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Bitcoin shows a little bit of volatility, which is no surprise. Bitcoin's always doing that. But especially on a day like this, we have to expect it. We also have to expect some wave distortions, which means the waves might go to their extremes. They might test out scenarios to the maximum. We might see some invalidations. Sometimes what, for example, happens on a day like that is that scenarios are completed with very shallow waves, We just need to be aware of that on a day like that, especially if we analyze the micro. I mean, the daily time frame should be clear. I discussed it again in the previous update. So please be aware of that. We only take a look at the structure here that you see on the screen in this video. I still see a potential 5-wave move up, obviously. It's a very clear 5-wave move up into the Tuesday highs. A decline, which could be a 5-wave move down, which I count as an A-wave primarily. The thing is, it's not a very clear A. Well, it's a clear 5-wave move in my opinion, yeah. But it didn't even get to the 38.2 retracement. Oftentimes, an A-wave reaches that level. But anyway, Bitcoin is turning to the upside again. Looks a bit impulsive again, to be honest. So at the moment, I interpret this as a B wave, okay? So we need to be considering that B waves, first of all, can overshoot. So I think when I recorded the last video, I highlighted that at some point the B wave starts before the C wave down should follow. That is what I see on the 1-hour chart as my preferred scenario. Obviously, if we're analyzing on the shorter time frames, it's all about the continuous assessment, chart does something unusual or something that doesn't really fit in, okay, we have to reinterpret. At the moment, I would still like to see this as the B wave and the C wave down to come, to follow in wave 2 or wave B, okay? So that would be ideal. At some point it should happen. The ideal support area is between 41,709 to 39,605. And overall, I'm tracking a bullish scenario. Because we have 5 waves up. So any setback can be an opportunity. Sometimes those pullbacks are shallow. So obviously I see the green candle here. I see the upside momentum. Pretty much only affects Bitcoin really, to be honest. But at the moment I see it as B wave. Now, if the B wave doesn't finish soon, then I might start to think that this wave 1 is extending. Okay, that we just had an extension in wave 1. One of A. Wave 1 or A. So simply an extension. How is that possible? Well, it would mean that this third probably sits here, then the fourth is here, and the fifth, and it's turning into some kind of a larger diagonal, which is possible. Yeah, ETH might be doing something similar. So that would be the, let's say, the fallback plan. One more extension, the price could then react to around about 44,720, for example. That's what I will probably observe first, and that resistance level. However, what if we break above that resistance? Then it will start to look a bit strange. And also if we talk about targets for a 5th wave, I mean, okay, so we have a bit of an overlap there indeed around the 44.9, 44.7K area. Also, if I'm different ways of measuring the Fibonacci levels, but I would say if we see a break above the 1.618 extension, that would be unusual for an extension of the, in a 5th wave of such a wave structure. Then I will have to consider that all of wave 2 already formed a low. Right? That would not be at the moment what I'm primarily watching for, because the pullback was extremely shallow and it looks a bit like a 5-wave move. But again, there, on the smallest time frames, we see a lot of distortions. So I want to just emphasize, because we have 5 waves up, I'm leaning towards further upside generally. Ideally, I'd like to see the wave 2 pull back a little more, because it would just be ideal. That's what a wave 2 normally does. But especially on a day like that, we have to be a little bit flexible, and B waves can overshoot, and it's possible that the wave 1 extends, and if it extends a lot, then it's probably that we're already in the 3rd wave or the C wave, okay? So to keep it very simple, and really very, very simple, it all boils down to, as long as we're holding the 78.6 Fibonacci support, the overall bullish structure remains intact. That's the 78.6 retracement level of the current rally. As long as we don't break below that level, the current bullish structure remains intact. This structure starts to break with a break below that level. As long as we hold above that level, it's all good. It's all bullish on the shorter time frame. And it is then possible that the fifth wave, so after wave 4 finished here on the 23rd, that the fifth wave towards 55, 60K has already started. That's my update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.